Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's another beautiful episode of Know Your Man, episode 4. And today on the stage, we have a very fine man that will be seeking his opinion on cheating. You know, this cheating thing, Let's see how it goes. And I'm sure you would hear a lot because we're here to learn a lot. So I'm introducing the fine...
Okay, my name is Gilbert Apam.
Gilbert.
So it's my pleasure to be here and to be asked some few questions on cheating by this elegant lady before us.
I'm blushing. Alright, so today's topic is cheating in relationship. So the first question to Gilbert is, what do you understand by cheating? Like in your own terms, what do you think cheating is?
In my own opinion, I think cheating is when someone who is in a monogamous relationship develops and then finds him or herself into a romantic, intimate affection with someone else other than his or her partner. And then when this happens, you know that a line has been crossed. And that is a line of loyalty. And when I mean loyalty, it means a partner has now channeled or refocused her emotional attention from her partner, his or her partner, to someone else. And when it happens, it can give room to a whole number of things. And then for the women, is a bit critical for the women, because once a woman develops an affection for you other than who is the partner, there's a serious red flag. And if it's not curtailed, it's going to escalate.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, you just had it from someone that has vast knowledge of what cheating is. So the next question is, why do men cheat in a relationship? Like, it's not like anybody doesn't cheat, but we are narrowing this to a man's opinion. Let's see why these men are cheating.
Surprisingly, I was some kind of tug of war with somebody in a group, and it was this cheating issue. And I think this question you posed now was one of the questions that brought about the war of words and all of that. So for me, there are a number of reasons why people cheat. It could be anger. Probably I have issues with my woman and I'm very annoyed with her, and then I want to be on my own. I can go, and then through drinking and all of that, a lot of things can happen.
Yeah.
And then you have self-esteem. It could be low self-esteem, it could be high self-esteem. Okay, for instance, when I say high self-esteem, people who believe that, for some men believe that they have it all. They are tall, handsome, fair, rich, they have money, and then they feel they are doing their partner a favor by dating them. So because of that, they can afford to cheat. After all, nothing will happen. And then low self-esteem. There are people who may be in a relationship that these people have low self-esteem. They feel nobody can talk to them, or probably they are dating someone they feel is their class. And when maybe tomorrow they happen to come into contact with someone they feel is a class above their woman, and they feel, wow, who am I that this lady is Jesus? And then before you know it, I want to belong. Let me just show that. In order to up his or her his esteem, he will just cheat. And then again, lack of love. This is a very straightforward reason why a man can cheat. But I'll have to be honest with you. Sometimes men don't have a reason to cheat, except that the woman is available. Someone to cheat with is available. I mean, man, I have to be honest with you, and I believe that part of the reason is why we're going into this, to let people get informed, and then try to do the right thing and try to manage their partners better. I think, for instance, a man can cheat simply because I am sure my partner won't get to know about it. That's why a man can cheat with you even when he's not emotionally attached to you, just because the person to cheat with is available. It could be his neighbor, it could be a co-worker, it could be classmate, it could be anything. So, and men oftentimes don't hold cheating, like they don't tie their conscience when it comes to like I don't want to cheat on my wife, I don't want to cheat on my woman. You know, it has to do with if your words don't carry value, what you tell your woman don't carry value. If they don't carry strength and power, then you can afford to do it. So unfortunately, not too many of us, attach values, attach power to the things we tell our woman about, staying faithful to her, to them. So for us, cheating is just a woman that is available. Let's just say that then move on. I'll go to my woman, go to my wife. Nobody would know anything happened, and that is why some men can have the best of women, the best of partner, and they still cheat on her.
Are you going to tell us the qualities of men that don't cheat, or we should just pray to God?
No. It's someone can cheat today and stops cheating tomorrow. I think it's not about the qualities. You start looking for the men who don't cheat. I think it's about the person involved. It's a decision. It's a decision, and it's a decision that just don't come easy, because biologically speaking, if you go to the animals, the only time female animals, the only time they get to mate is when they're in heat period, biologically. Because so for the men, they're always ready. For the women, there are times maybe you say, this is my danger period, I'm not supposed to do this. I don't even have. There are women who don't even have that urge to have sex, except they are in their ovulation or something. So but for the man is always available. Once he eats good food, takes chilled beer, he's set to you understand. So I think it's about conscience, about the respect you have for your partner, what you the example you want to set for your kids, for your wife, and all of that. That's, for me, is basically a personal value, a man's value. So you can develop these values. You can cheat today and tomorrow you decide, no, this is not the way to go. I need to stop this. So any man is a potential cheat, and any man is a potential repentant. So that's the way. Yeah, it's just a personal decision. Wow. Yes, and sometimes a woman can actually make the husband to stop cheating.
Okay. This is beautiful. So viewers, I hope you're learning, because me, I'm learning. Just keep watching. We still have a lot to unpack, and you can see that our guest is ready to give you as a mass moves. So fast forward to the next question. Do you think men are polygamous in nature?
I've heard this phrase so much about men being polygamous in nature, but I will answer this question. For those of us who are Christians, and even from Igbo traditional religion, I'm going to give you examples. And by the time I arrive, then I will give you the answer, whether men are really polygamous in nature or not. Now I'll begin from the Bible. Where does this polygamous nature of, the so-called polygamous nature of man, where does it come from? Okay, let me go to the Bible. First is Genesis chapter 2, verse 24, where God said, a man will leave his father, leave his mother, and cling unto his wife, unto his woman, and both of them will become one. So it is no longer 1 + 1 = 2, but now 1 + 1 = 1. And then if you go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7, you will see where Paul was admonishing the Corinthians that it is a man will have one woman, and a woman will have one man, and both of them will stick together. In fact, he went further to say that the man will have power over the woman's body, and the woman will have power and authority over the man's body. So the Bible is replete of instances where monogamy is in the idea of God. That is God's intention of marriage. And now many people, especially during the case of you getting himself a second wife, there were variegated opinions, and even people said, even in the Bible, great men of God in the Bible married more than one wife and all of that. But if you look at it closely, it is not true. Let me give you examples. Now, the people they normally mention are Abraham. I'll begin from Abraham, probably pinpoint a few other persons, and then I will summarize with whether men are polygamous in nature or not. Now, the case of Abraham, to tell you that the blessings of God in the family is on monogamy, on one man and one woman. Remember that when God struck a covenant with Abraham, when he came to him at Haran, at his father's place, when he was 75, and asked him to leave his father's land to the land that he will show him. All of these things happened, and including when the 3 angels came and, 3 strangers, he didn't know they were angels, and they informed him that they were going to have a baby. Now, they laughed over it. They didn't believe it because biologically it was almost impossible for Sarah to conceive. So Abraham knew actually that God has already made a promise to him, and there is no way this promise of God will not come to pass. And then Sarah was also worried. And now Sarah now told Hagar, who was the slave woman, to sleep. He asked Abraham, please sleep with my husband so that we will have a baby. So that the promises of God will now come out. That God had already promised Abraham that he was going to be the father of multitude of nations. So how is that going to be when you don't have a child? So what happened? Abraham reluctantly slept with Hagar, and Hagar bore him a son known Ishmael. Eventually God told Abraham that no, my covenant is not with your illegal concubine. It is going to be from your legally married wife, which was Sarah. Eventually Sarah conceived and gave birth to Isaac. Now something interesting happened. When they were still toddlers, I think they were playing and they were fighting over something. Sarah from somewhere saw what was happening. Women now, she felt jealous. I'm the legitimate husband, wife, and then why would my child be struggling with the slave girl's son? And then she asked Abraham to send Hagar away. Abraham said, no. Why would I send Sarah away? She's my the baby she has with me is my son. You know what happened? God came to Abraham and told him, listen to your wife, do what your wife has told you to do. That was the reason why Abraham sent Hagar and Ishmael out. And the rest was history. Now, if you come to Igbo traditional religion, whereby people say our forefathers married more than one wife and all of that, but our forefathers were more responsible than the president, the 21st century man in Nigeria. When he talks about men are polygamous, do you know what he has in his mind? That at least let me marry one and keep in the house, and then give me the freedom to sleep with anybody I want to sleep with. That is the mentality we have when we say men are polygamous in nature. But it was not so during those days we used to mention, during our forefathers' days. The number you want to marry, they did the rites, they performed the rites, and then legally married these people and kept them and took care of them. And then the reason why it was so was because of famine was a major source of livelihood. So a man with more than one wife had more opportunity to have more number of children, and eventually have more number of people who are going to work in the farm to produce more farm.
Exactly.
So, and then there were people who didn't marry. There were people who married only one wife. So, and I have an understanding of this, what I'm saying, because my course was philosophy, and part of my coursework was African religion, which is a part of African culture, but within the context of religion. So I understand some of these things when I explain it, but the way we go about it now will tell you that this is not the right way to do. So having pinpointed some of these, the answer to a man being polygamous in nature is totally a farce. It's false. It's just about that we are finding it difficult to control our sexual urges. That's why we have to glorify it into becoming into that phrase that men are polygamous in nature. For me. So
it's nice. Please, can you give our audience a little piece of advice?
All right. Well, thank you for this opportunity. The little advice I can give is so many people cheat. But cheating these days is more than anything you can think of. A lot of cheating happen more than you can think of. But the advice I can give is, especially for people who are married, I think we need to be responsible enough, if not for anything, for our children. Think about sexually transmitted diseases that you can give to your wife, that can transfer to your unborn kids, even to your kids. Think about how you can wreak havoc to a beautiful home simply by cheating on your partner. Think of a partner that you have spent majority of your life with, that have built you up. You've made a lot of sacrifices, and every day we hear about homes that have been torn apart as a result of cheating. Look at Shakira and Piqué.
Yeah.
After 12 years, Shakira caught Piqué, cheating, and then the beautiful home they have built together for the past 12 years was shattered. So I think we need to be more responsible.
Yeah.
It's not something that is easy to do, but for God's sake, for the sake of the good that we can find in staying chaste and then staying faithful to our partners, I think there is no way we can go about it apart from being responsible to our wives, to our homes, to our children, and to the society in general. So that's just the little advice I can give based on this.
Wow, as in just wow. I mean, this has been very educating. Like, as you can see, we bring you only the best and just the best. And I'm sure if you've watched this video and you didn't learn one or two things, it's on you. So this is the end of today's show, Know Your Man. And I hope you watching would like to subscribe, like, and click the notification button so that we'll be getting you more sophisticated gist now from people with sabi. So see you next time on Know Your Man, and I'm sure we are going to get you something much more better. But today's own is awesome, so I don't know if you are getting much better, but we'll still bring you the best. Thank you and have a nice day.